Good morning, very good morning, sir. First of all, I just want to apologize to submit for being late to submit my project. Actually, sir, my laptop was got damaged. That's why I just couldn't complete it on my on scheduled time. So that's why there is was a little bit delay in that. And But now I have completed my assignment, which was according to your requirement, which was to make a authentication system where a user can sign up and log in with a unique username or email ID, and the password should be encrypted. And after login, the user should show his data, like a user number, email, or any other parameter that is related to him or her. So in this project, I have used basically Node.js and Node.js for backend API development, and React for front end development. So if I just go through my projects, and for database, I used MongoDB. And first of all, just let's check out it's working. So currently it is running on a port number 3000, as you can see here. Mm, Hello. Okay. So uh, so here basically the new user, which is just jump to on this site, will have to sign up first if it's not registered. So we just sign up with new username and email ID. First of all, let's check there is any other data is present in our database or not. Yes, actually, there is only one yeah, one data is already present in our database. That I was checking during this development phase. So let's just remove this first of all and refresh this. So the database is completely empty now. So let's fill fresh data. Basically, I'm just sending my data, setting, and on my email something like skntgw gmail.com. Password, it could be 987654, and sign up. If you just click on sign up, congratulations. It's just proper purpose. I used sweet alert messages to just beautify this. And if we just check our database here, our database is stored SKNT username, SKNT email, okay, and password is encrypted by bcrypt. So in this way, if we just try to log in, first of all we just will just try to put wrong information like username or email, like but here actually login will be happen only by using email. Like there is some code error, I think I have left that. Hmm. So first of all, just let's try to input a wrong email ID, SKNT something something .com, and password, let's give something anything. It will just pop as please sign in first, because this type of email ID doesn't exist in our database. I mean, neither email ID nor username. That's why it is just showing you please sign up first. If you just give the correct email ID instead, sknt, which is skntgwe, I think skntgwe @gmail.com. So it won't show that please sign up first, because it will just check in the database and it will show that invalid credentials, please sign up first. Oh sorry, actually I think I have just pop up with some another I think with another message. Let me check this out. Login 6 database match. Everything looks fine here. I think I just check this out once again. Skinty0only gmail.com. Okay, sorry, actually, sir, there is some spelling error. It's skinty by the Gmail. That was my bad. That's why it is showing. Please sign up first. If we just skip L here, then we will show what is. Yes, invalid credentials. It means that a user is already registered, but the password is incorrect. That's right. And if we just enter both the wrong fields, then it will just pop up. Please sign up first. So in this manner, this authentication works. Scan the. Now let's we just enter correct email ID, Gmail, according to the database which is stored in our database. 987654. We hit click to enter, then the user is logged in successfully, and the pop-up message will be appeared like this. Made with the help of Sweetlet message. So here, while login, I have also saved a cookie of a particular user. Whenever any user logged in to their dashboard, a JW unique authentication token will be allotted to him, and on the basis of this token, we will just fetch all of its data, and we will just re-render in every route that we are going to use in our project. So in this, I have, as you can see here, GWT token is generated for every unique user which is logged in. So, and if you also just refresh this, the data won't be lost. So the data will be like this as forever. And if you just try to copy this URL from this browser to another browser, let's see this what happens in this browser. It won't let you see the actual data basically, because you don't have a token. So that's why. So that in this manner it just works. And if we just log out from this dashboard button, and then we just try to go back to our dashboard, but it won't let you log in. So in this manner, this total overall whole authentication system works. So let's deep dive into our code first without wasting any time. I have used Node.js for API development, as you can see here. This is a root file server.js and express important, and it is running on 5000 port, and this is a router. Basically, I have just created all the APIs in other module, and database, it is just coming from here, database.db table db file. Just let me show you database here, mongoose.connect, and database name is authentication where, and after that I'm just creating a model of name users, and I'm just importing it to any other file where I want to use it. So after that I have also used a middleware require router, and we will just jump to the router page. So here all the APIs is written here by me, and what we are just doing is that first of all you just register the new user, like if you're just gaining all the user values, input user values, and we are just using object restructuring here by simply passing username and password by request.body, and we are just checking here that either username or either email. You can just skip this password here also, because we are not just checking here password, but just let's remain the same for the for the moment. Sorry, actually, sir, I've been just suffering from cold. That's why I'm very very sorry for the inconvenience. And if the is user is not equals to empty, it means that the user is already registered. I mean, so the data you have entered is already exists on a database, so that will just pop up that the user is already registered. Else else case the user is not registered, then in that case we are just going to store the data, data of that user. So basically the password entered by that user will be hashed by this bcrypt.hash requested auditor password. We will just solve round, we're just taking 5 rounds. And after that here model, basically database model, we have imported it here. And we're just creating new auth model, and in this auth model we are just passing the all values entered by the user. User will be stored here as well as it is entered. Email also, and in case of password, the hash password will be saved in our database. And after saving it, you'll just wait for some time, and if the user is registered, then it is just for checking further. I was just checking it. Is like whether the user is registered or not. So during my registration, you can also see here in my screen that these SKNT user is added. Like we have just and we have just added SKNT user. That's why it is showing as SKNT user added. So in this manner, and you're just sending response to the server, to the client, that user already registered, and here we are just showing a pop-up message. Else there is something here, a user is not registered. So this was the register API, and in the same manner the login API would also work. We are just here using object restructuring either but I have only authenticate email and password in our front end, but in our backend API it will work for both the email both the combination, either username or password, or email name or password. So by using both you can just log in via username or email also. So in this manner, if the email and password or username and password doesn't exist, I mean these sorry, hello, if these pairs of values doesn't entered in the fronted part, that then it will just redirect, it will just show pop up to that provide username email, or username or email. It will just say pop up like provide username or email. Else if the condition is fulfilled, you will just what you are doing here, finding the value that we have entered is exist in our database or not, like username or email, any one of them if exist in our database. Then if the user is not equals to null, it means that user is exist in our database. Then in that case, where it is just for checking purposes, I was just reading it. And ispass basically just compare the password and encrypted password and your entered password, whether the password match or not. So in this case is user at the 0 index password, and this will just check your password and your basically database hashed password, which is stored in our database of that particular user, which is the for that user which is just trying to log in. So in this case, the password is true, basically the password true, then it means that user is authenticated, means password is incorrect. Then in that case, we are just generating token by using let token. We are just waiting for it's time to be done, and we're just signing a GW token, where in ID we're just storing a ID of that particular user with the index number, index name underscore ID, and the key will be Shashikan Kumar. It can be I could also have used .env file also here, but I didn't do that but I'll use it definitely. So and after that as soon as I found my token, then we're just updating our GWT token. Find one update, and what user we are trying to find. ID, whom ID is equals to this ID, this person ID. Basically, the user is trying to log in will be automatically will be in this loop, and what we have to just update GWT token, as we have just mm, described in our database schema JWT token. Okay, so in JWT token will be stored. So in this case, and after that we are just setting a cookie here. Just respond dot cookie JWT token. The cookie name will be JWT token, and what will be stored, our token will be stored, and expiry time will be this so and after that, if username or email, if any one of them is e- uh, if any one of them conditions is satisfied, then we're just it means that what user is already registered. Then we are just giving him or her access to the dashboard page, and you're also just sending his data in the response. And else there is something error, then I have just printed here email and password is incorrect. So, and if both the condition doesn't satisfy, it will just jump back to this response, like please sign up first. Okay, this was all about this. And after login, we are just jumping to our dashboard page, like the login.csx. Hello, login.csx. Here on change input, we are just getting all the values entered by user, and on clicking sign in button, the pointer will be redirected to this function, and we are not refreshing the form actually. Here we have used object restructuring. It was just checking first for console.log. I'm just deleting it from here, and we are just giving the trying to access the API here, login. Basically, user root name is login, and we are just sending the data to the API to evaluate. And the response, if we just getting success 0, it means that yep, there is 0 success equals to 1. Yep, the user is registered. We are just going to give his access to dashboard page. So history.push dashboard, it will just redirect to dashboard dashboard. The dashboard component will be rendered here, and the dashboard component look like this. Sorry, on dashboard, it will look like this. We are just using use effect here, so that we just we show data after every rendering to the user. And we are also just trying to access dashboard route. And in this route, what we are trying to do is that, let's go to our API files again. We have created authenticate middleware here. As you can see here, on every route it will just check that the logged in user is belongs to a browser or not. And in authenticate function and middleware, what we are doing is that, let's have a look on this authenticate. We have imported our database and the GWT token that we are just going to use in our function. Basically what will be the main function of the main work of this function, that here by using a cookie parser, we are just getting the cookie stored in our browser. And what was the name of cookie name that we have set during our login, JWT token it was. So that's why request.cookie.aw token, and it will store in each token it was just for checking while development. And verify token, verified basically we're just to verify the verify our durability token, whether the token is valid or not, according to our with respect to our data is stored in our database, and the cookie is stored in our browser. So in this one, here will be the first parameter. In first parameter, the browser cookie will be there, and our basically key what we have used. So I have already said we can also use this to .NET.nb file also, so that the code will be key will be saved, but I haven't used that here. So in the root user we are just finding the data of that particular person which is logged in and verified by this authentication middleware. So id verify id, and if you will just the basically verify, if the user is verified, the all the data of that person will be stored in this variable, and so that in that manner you'll just access all the data of that person by verify token.id.username like this. So find one id, what we are finding id will be like the same will be as equal to this, and gwt token will be as same as will be equal to this. So in this manner we are just if the we are just verifying it. So if not equals to root user, then what does it mean? There is some error, so not found, the user not found. If not, then we're just sending back the data of that particular user. Like in token we're just storing is token token, and in current user the root user will be stored in user id root, and we are just calling the next function to call to its next route. After that it will just go here, and everything, if everything runs fine, then it will just pop it will just give a response to our dashboard page. So and this middleware will be we can use on every route that we are using in this project. So I have only used dashboard. We can also just add multiple routes, so that and every time it will just check that the user is valid or not, then it will, according to that, it will just give a response. So and while login we are just I'm just clearing the cookie. Basically by clearing cookie, no data will be rendered after login, so that the user data will not be visible to any other person which is not registered or not authorized person. So in this manner this whole project is working. Basically sir, I haven't used so much styling actually. I think this layout is have taken from another website, but I have only small changes in this. So it is like this, and basically all the backend part I have done by myself. So that's why couldn't get the time to just beautify this. So that's the main reason. And if we just talk about our front end part, so I have used only 4 components: dashboard, home page. Basically just let's try to look out from here. 4 component on home route. It will just read and render home page component, and on login it will just login. On dashboard, and it will just render dashboard, and logout it will just render logout. So in this manner the whole project is working. I hope you have liked the video. So this was all about from this project from my side. If you have any query, please let me know. If I could just manipulate or can change anything or database. Yep, that's That was all about from my side. Thank you.